What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Strike Up Your podcast. I'm RD. Happy Friday. This is the happy hour stream. Oh, buddy, made it through another week. Actually have a quite, I would say pretty quite strong beer to get this Friday going, even though my Friday already kind of kicked off. Okay. I'm going to tell you more. You can see my sunglasses lines, and I had a hat on that was a little up against my forehead most of the day. All right, let's just get to drinking. All right, TP, that's Turning Point Beer out of Bedford, Texas. Fistbumps. Look at this can art. I love it. Say cheese and die. Now, this one is a triple, pretty sure it's a triple New England hazy something or other. It's something crazy because Untapped, it's not on their website anymore, I don't believe. It's an IPA, triple New England hazy IPA. I don't remember it that way. I kind of remember it as something else, but I'm starting to look at it. So yeah, it's a hazy. We actually reviewed this about 10 months ago. So let's go ahead and get cracking. I've had this out just sitting here for a little bit, just let it warm up a little bit. It says a higher ABV. All right, there's no rag here, so you know what that means. Let's be very careful. I do get me a little local brewery, or it was a local brewery. All right, there we go. Let's give it a hard pour. Little glug, glug, glug. There you go. Look at that. Oh, uh-oh. Get that under control a little bit. Oh, buddy. I am about an hour late, and I'll explain why here in a second. But you know me, I got to go and take a picture of this thing, so give me a second. Hope everybody's kicking off their weekend in fine, old-fashioned way. Just having a good old time. I can't wait to get to having a little bit of fun myself, even though I've been having fun. Okay. This thing smells good, looks good. I ripped off a bunch of the foam off the top. That smells good. Take a look at that. Now, if you're listening to this on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever, it's more of a copper color. I don't know. That deep golden color, and the head obviously just sitting there. I mean, you can probably float a cap on the top of that thing. Slightly off white. Smells good. I'm going to let it sit here for a minute. I am going to top it off. Let's go ahead and take a look at the characteristics, and we'll take a look and see what Untapped has to say about it. So with a triple New England IPA, their characteristics are going to be hoppy, strong, and full-bodied beers with a thick, syrupy consistency. They're a variation of New England IPA, which originated in New England in the 1990s. They're known for their intense, dry hopping flavor, high alcohol content, and malt flavor. Trent, how you doing? How you doing, bud? Characteristics, they're going to be at least a 9.5 on the alcohol. Bodies, thick, syrupy body. Flavor, they're a lot of dry hop. They're known for their intense dry hopping and malt flavor and whatnot. Aroma, fruity qualities with stone fruit, tropical fruit, and citrus. What's going on, Elizabeth? How you doing? Nadia, how you doing? It's pretty good. You're definitely getting, I don't know if it's more tropical than citrus. It's tropical. Very tropical. It's very nice. It should have a smooth mouthfeel and often opaque with substantial haze. And it's definitely, can't see through it. It's got a good looking color though. No problem. Cheers to you. Okay. So real quick, this beer's been in my fridge since I think 2 years ago. I'm pretty sure it's been, I'm an old man. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I'm like 40 something. I don't have a date on here. Turning Point didn't put a date. I mean, could it be from last year? Maybe it could. Do you play Fortnite? I do. Actually stream Fortnite. So it says raspberry cheesecake inspired hazy triple Indian pale ale. So you're gonna have raspberry. You definitely get a fruity. Is it cheesecakey? Maybe. I don't know. It's got something. I think that's a cheesecake. A little bit of raspberry too. But it gives you a tropical smell. This thing is 30 turning out to be a spectacular beer. Now, according to Untappd, 10.5% alcohol by volume, NA on the IBUs, which I don't know why it's NA. I guess I just didn't put it on there. A raspberry cheesecake inspired hazy triple IPA. Think of our previous release, Cheesecake and Chill, but with an extra dose of terror. Yeah, they came out with a whole series of these. No, sorry, Elizabeth, I can't. There you go. So they came out with a whole series of these Fistbumps, and some of them were. This one obviously a hazy IPA. The other one was, some stouts and whatnot in there. So, yeah, it's pretty damn good. Now they got an average score of 3.86 out of 569 ratings. So, not bad at all. But just not a lot of check-ins. This is a pretty limited release. But like I said, we had like 5 different cans of these. My TV just heard what I said. I guess I said Alexa. Did I say Alexa? I didn't say Alexa. But yeah, good beer. So anyways, took the last minute, kind of took a half day, decided to go golfing, took the wife and the kid, and was like, you know what? Let's get out of the house. And I kind of waited till the last minute because the weather's so crazy here in Texas. And, it finally got up to like the mid 50s, and we're actually at 57. Tomorrow's high of 59. It does drop a little bit on the weekend, but mid 60s next week. So it's January. Any chance I get to play golf in January where, work, life, and everything else permits it, boom, I love it. And that's what I did. So that's what we did today. Hit up the wife. It's like, you want to play golf? She goes, I can take off. I can leave it. I have to. I was like, let's do it then. Hit up the kid. He just got down there, so he's not actually working right now. He starts, I think, Monday or something like that. So he was excited. I was like, let's go. So we went over to Capel, played, pretty much had the course to ourselves. I do have a couple rules when rookies, newbies, anybody like that play with me, and it's like, we're going to play a scramble. You're going to be able to take a cut. If you hit the ball, great. If you don't, okay, you get one more. You pretty much get 2 swings, and then it's pickup time, right? We're going to pick up the ball. We're going to move it because I just don't want to slow anybody down behind me. That's just how I don't want to bother anybody else, right? We're out on the course, and I pick courses that are heavily, like vacant, right? Abandoned almost at this point. But we finally, we were trucking a lot right along, played the front 9 in probably an hour and some change. And in the back 9, we ran into a group about a third of the way through. So 3 holes in, we ran into a group, and the group seemed to expand a little bit. It was 2 dudes, and then it was 4 dudes. So I think they combined a couple of their groups, and then they had some people in front of them as well. So, slowed us down, but still we got done like 3:45. I guess was it 3:45? No, it must have been like 4:45. Sets us down the road, came home. It's like, you know what? Still going to do the happy hour. So I grabbed a beer. I got to go out a little bit later, but I was like, yeah, I'm in. I'm cool. I'm ready. I'm ready. Kid had a blast. Wife had fun as well. And, had some good shots. They had some good shots. If you put effort into it, you can get better. But if you don't, you go out there, you're happy to be outside, sun shining, have a couple brewskis, have a couple dogs, chill, and just enjoy the weather, enjoy the company. So that's what we did. We just hung out. So, and then we have she has like a work function or something tonight that I'm getting roped into that I don't even want to go. But, it is what it is. I guess I got to go. I don't know. But she at least invited one of my kids out there too. So I was like, hey, we're going out to a bar. You want to go? And then we'll see where the night leads us. But yeah, I just want to get off work, get out of there. January is always like the longest month. It takes forever. And luckily I only had to take 1 half day. Usually I get sick or something like that where I start burning through PTO or something like that. But this year, no, everything's good. Everything's chill, moving right along, getting stuff done around the house, getting stuff done with printing. I don't know if you've been following the RD3D prints, but knocked out a bunch of helmets. I've been doing a lot of helmets lately, like Spider-Man, Deadpool, Pikachu mashup. Just did a Venom. I've got what is his name? Red Hood on the printer right now. He'll be done tomorrow. Main piece will be done tonight. And it's like, okay, cool. Hey, it's just, I try to knock out some small stuff too. And Lizzie does have some markets she's going to be going to here next month, not next month, in March. So she's looking forward to that. And I was like, I'll get you some prints if you want. And so she's in on that. And it's like, okay. But yeah, so it's just busy around here. Going out of town next month, head to the mountains and hang out, get away from the house. I was looking at lake houses today. I was like, you know what? It's like, you want to buy a lake house? Like, there's one that's like $100,000. And then I found out it wasn't for the land too. It was just for the house. They lease the land, which is weird. I've never heard of that, where you lease the land, but you can put a house or a camper or whatever you want on there. And it was a pretty big looking. It was a cool looking cabin. And so, yeah, we're thinking about that. I was like, well, do I want to pay off my house first, or do I want to get, you know what I'm saying? I want to have like 2 payments. So either we're going to save for like 2 years, buy this damn thing, or whatever. We'll figure it out. But it'll probably be something that we never do. I thought it'd be cool to have a family like lake house, where, because all 4 of the kids are here in Texas. Hey, Lizzie, all 4 of the kids are here in Texas. So it's like, where are you going to go? We'll go to lake house this weekend. It's like a couple hours away. So you always have to check, right? That's the other thing, right? You want to live close enough for visits, but far enough to where they check in to make sure you're home, or if anybody's there, or who's using it this weekend, and whatnot. So, but yeah. All right. So this beer is going down perfectly smooth. Again, I think, all right. I said, I just dumped it. I shouldn't have dumped it. What do I tell you all about dumping cans all the way, so that you can have some trouble? You can have something in there, some sediment. Smells good. Let me see. I don't see big floaters. There's something down there. Well, I won't drink that, I guess. What the hell is that? But yeah, for a 10.5% beer. I don't know, does it say it on here? That's what it says on the 10.5. Okay. Now you can check Turning Point out. They stop by their brewery. They're in Bedford, Texas at 1307 Brown Trail. And you can pick them up on the World Wide Web, turningpointbeer.com, Facebook at TP Beers, Instagram at Turning Point Beer. There you go. Brewed and canned in Bedford, Texas. Store cold, drink fresh. It's one of the things I just don't do. I don't ever drink fresh. I don't know why. Couldn't tell you. Don't know why. These beers sit around in the fridge for a little bit. It's like I take it. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take a break. And I don't know why I took a break. I think it's some of these like limited edition cans and these like special beers and special releases or whatever I end up holding on to longer. It doesn't make any sense. But obviously I had a fresh one because, like I said, if you Google Turning Point beer, Fistbumps, Say Cheese and Die, it's a link to us doing a review on YouTube. So, yeah. Junior Alvarez Beer, how we doing over there on Instagram? Oh, buddy. So, yeah. I don't know what else I'm getting into this weekend. The weather looks like it might be hit or miss on Sunday. Obviously, we're watching football. We made our picks for the NFL. 2 games this weekend. We're getting down to the end. 2 games. You got the NFC and the AFC championship, the conference championship games. Commanders going to Philly, take on the Eagles. Bills going to Burrowhead to take on the Chiefs. I've seen them pronounce as the Chefs and the Cheats here recently. So, yeah, I don't think there's a way where the Bills can somehow pull this off unless they take it complete out of the refs' hands. And I mean, that means running it up. Get out there, score, 50 points, and make the Chiefs score 51. Because they can't. They can't. They're just not built like that. They keep it within. They win all 1 point scoring or one score games, I should say. They don't turn the ball over either. I mean, because almost every turnover, like if he launches it up, if it's picked or something like that, or if there is a fumble, don't worry, there's a flag coming. But for the Commanders, I'd like to see Commanders beat the Eagles. I think it's hilarious, us being down there in Dallas. 2 NFC East teams are in the conference final, the Commanders and the Eagles, and like they're both dominant. Like if I'm the Cowboys, I'm essing my pants right now because the Eagles seem to be doing good. They're good every year, and the Commanders are up and coming. I don't see them getting any worse. So it's tough. It's a tough one, pal, if you're a Cowboys fan. But yeah, I made my predictions. I was like, yeah, give me the Commanders to cover. Give me the Bills to cover. I did pick the Chiefs, I think, to win because I'm just like, yeah, screw it. It has to happen, right? It has to happen. But I'd love to see the Commanders and Bills in the finale, Super Bowl. And that's in 2 weeks, February 9th. Yep, February 9th. But, that's really all I got going on this weekend. It should be a real chill weekend. I do have some beers. I got to do some beer reviews. We released a beer review, Mick Ultra Zero, Beero, the Tom Holland English, whatever, non-alcoholic beer pack they got. It's here in the States. You can actually order it on Amazon. It had 3 beers, a wheat beer, a Pilsner, and I think a hazy IPA. So, and that one drops, I believe, on Monday. I pushed it back to Monday because I knew I'd be on here for Friday. But yeah. Getting some things done, knocking some things out. And, live stream's been fun lately, especially like our Wednesday. We're back here in the house. Alan came over this week, got to really have a lot of fun. Hung out a little bit too late. It wasn't even that damn late. And it was like, I stopped putting wood on the fire. I was like, nah, man, you know what? I'll just let it go out. And I had it timed almost perfectly. And it still had some hot coals in there. I was like, let me go ahead and put them out, extinguish them. Usually I hit it with the hose, but I have everything capped off right now because it's just been below freezing at night. So I was like, let me get a cup of water, big old thing of it. And I just, just put my hand over the actual, fire pit. And when I threw the water in there, flames and stuff flew up. So it got my finger right there. It got my thumb, got this other finger, got that finger. Yeah. So my middle finger on the top, right below the nail, swole up pretty quick. It hurt like hell. It burned the shit out of me. I had to come inside and I double checked. I was like, all right, let me see how long I can keep my finger under cold water. And he said 20 minutes. I was like, I should have went outside and just dumped it in the pool. Pool's freezing. It's goddamn cold. So I sat there for 20 minutes. I was like, screw it. Because it's like to stop the burn. It's like, screw it. And so sat there for 20 minutes. And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm so freaking tired. Ended up getting to bed at like 1 something. Still got up at a decent time. I was like, oh my God. And then this morning, I didn't want to get up either. I stayed up late again. Oh God. I'll get some sleep this weekend. I'll sleep tonight. I'll get up at a reasonable hour tomorrow. Take Tilly for a nice long walk. She's been doing good lately, but just crazy crap and whatever. I can't take her for a real long walk. And plus, I don't want her out there on the pavement when it's really, really cold. We got her some little snow boots. She's got a jacket coming in the mail. We'll see. We'll see how New Mexico is. I don't know how cold it is. I don't know how cold it's going to be. I hope it snows, but, I don't want to snow us in or whatever, We're still just going to drive a little two-wheel drive car out that way. I don't know if I should try to crank out a nap before we have to go out. I think I got like 2 hours before I have to go. So I don't know. I don't even know. Man, look at that. That ear's not red. This ear's red as hell. Oh, buddy. So I got sunburn out there. Liz was telling me, she goes, you should put some sunblock on. I was like, nah, screw it. I think I said I'm going to die of skin cancer anyways, which was stupid to say. And of course I got burnt and I got my little, what do they call them? Little raccoon eyes, but whatever. I had my hat on straight. So I had it on with the flat bill. So pretty much here up is covered. This is all covered all the way back. But yeah, my big ass ears were sticking out. It was 50 outside. You don't ever think about that stuff when it's 50, but it was sunny. It was sunny. We play. There's a bunch of ponds and stuff like that out there. So a lot of reflection and whatnot. And it was a good time. Minix in the house. What up? How we doing? Having this 10.5% beer for no reason at all. No reason at all. We talked to NFL. I was talking about golfing today. I took my wife and my younger son out there. I mean, he's in his 20s, but I was like, yeah, let's go play. But yeah, I think that's it. So tonight, I'm doing good, Minix. How are you doing? Tonight, we'll see what happens, during the work function. I don't know. I did tell my kid about going up to, it's over there in Bedford and in North Richland Hills as well. They have, or Haltom City, they have an arcade, but in Bedford, they have one, or is it Euless? Euless or Bedford? It's called Time Rift. It's cool. You pay your like $10, $12 to get in. Been sick, but doing okay. This time of the year, like I always get sick, but this year I've been, let me knock on some wood and stuff like that because I've been avoiding it. I have been knocked down a couple times and feeling like I'm going to get sick, but I've held on. I don't know what's getting me through it. Maybe it's the beer. The beer's helping me. But yeah, retro arcade, tons of old 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s video games and whatnot. And then like they'll have some newer ones like Guitar Hero. Then they'll have like old Sega Genesis game with a couple monitors, a Nintendo, a Super Nintendo. It's a really cool place. Now the timer I haven't been to, that's Electric Starship. and they'll generally have like a band. We went out there and watched a cover band for Blink 182. So yeah, looking forward to it. See if Blink, if that what is the name of that band? But if they were going to be out there, I just had my so I used to have this Blink 182 as a yellow shirt, and it was like had a little, Blink 182, crappy since 1993. And then there's a bigger version of it on the back. And I showed my wife, she goes, I can make that, whatever. Cause I can't find a double XL in that, or an XL for that matter. And I had it when I was a kid. Or when I was teenager into my early 20s. And obviously it's lost, it's gone. But she's like, I'll make one. So she made it, but she didn't remember the one on the front. So I was like, it'd be cool to wear that out there and see if anybody kind of pick up on it. Cause it was an amazing shirt. It's phenomenal. So, but yeah, that's what we're getting into. Probably hit up a brewery or two. There is a couple breweries I want to hit up. I don't think there's any in Irving, but we've been trying to go through the counties, right? Fire Turtle, how we doing? I hear you in the background of the Minix audio, talking about that arcade. What's up, Fire? How you doing? Minix, are you live right now? Go back to the arcade. I have a friend that has a question. Fire away. Okay, you're not live. You just heard. Okay, I heard you in the background. Okay. Gotcha. Fire. Well, fire away. But we'll see. There's a couple breweries and whatnot that I want to go to and knock out. We're trying to knock out Collin County and go from there. We were just getting ready to play some games. Nice. Are you doing Fortnite? I've gotten recently back into Fortnite. I don't know. I was playing with old school. And I was like, screw it. I'm gonna download it or update it or whatever. And then of course I've streamed a couple late nights, just kind of last minute. I played here recently with Killa on stream, and then TJ. TJ helped me out and played with me as well. I don't know. I'm thinking about playing tonight. We'll see. Kind of where like I said, the night kind of takes me. If I get home at a decent time, or if I'm wired when I get home, I'm gonna go and fire it back up, maybe go live today, tomorrow. We'll see. I just saw that guy from Electric Starship Arcade do a Simpson game restoration that went to the arcade. Are you here in the Metroplex? How'd you see that? Yeah, I mean, he has the Simpsons game. He has it I've played it at the Electric Starship. So if he restored another one or he transferred, he owns both of them, according to Alan. Alan told me he owns them both, Time Rift and Electric Starship. That guy's got, dude, it's awesome. When we had him on Strikeout Beer, we had him on the stream or the show, did an interview with him. He joined us virtually. He essentially opened up during COVID. He was already opening up, about to open up, and then like everything shut down. And so, of course, like down here in Texas, like, we're like, no, we ain't doing anything. We're going to we'll work around, we'll step around some of this stuff. But, so yeah, he served we'll have craft beer, we'll have regular beer, we'll have stadium food, and that's how a lot of the people, got around. Why is the banner not on here? I just noticed that. I was like, I made this stupid thing and it ain't even on there. There it is. And, I live, not far from oh, nice. I used to live out in, Bedford. Alan lives in North Richland Hills, Haltom City, I think, actually. Well, yeah. I'm back in Carrollton now, but yeah, it's a cool place to go. I highly recommend it. Hell, I might even pop it in there tonight. But yeah, real friendly staff. Like I said, they have concerts and whatnot. They'll sometimes have a DJ. Really good folks. They really are really nice people, and they'll go live or whatever. So you'll see us in the background sometimes. Just playing. Play NBA Jam. I love Mortal Kombat. I'll be on the Street Fighter 2 Turbo and just laying lumber. I know it is a small world, as big as you think it is, and all this kind of stuff. All of a sudden, that's how TJ, Whiskey Pro, he just stumbled across the stream one time on Facebook. That was back when I was just streaming Rapid Dave, and he goes, "Is that a Texas flag in the background?" I go, "Yeah." I was like, "What's up?" And he goes, "I'm from North Texas." I go, "Yeah, I'm in Carrollton, man." He goes, "Holy crap, I'm in the Colony." I go, "That's where I grew up." I was like, "That's right down the street," and then he's been around ever since. We've hung out, we've gone to bars, breweries. I've had him over at the house, had him on the stream, in the studio and stuff like that. We call it in studio. We turned the front bedroom into, that's where we used to broadcast and everything like that. So, yeah. Tons of cool games. Their Facebook, he keeps everything updated on his Facebook, and what he's working on. New additions. They rotate in and out games. Pinball, that's the other thing. They probably got like 10 pinball games there. So I'll just go in there. I'll play pinball for a while. Especially if they got like cool, like they had Halloween. They had the Kiss one. They had, the AC/DC. Just some, you go in there and you're right back. Hello, how you doing, George? You go back and just in time in there in your childhood, and you're thinking about like in the 80s when you'd get dropped off at the arcade with a, pocket full of quarters and go hang out. My dad talks about it all the time back when they, when he was growing up, in the 60s. He was like 10 years old or whatever. He was. They didn't have child labor laws, man. He was working. He had a bread truck that he worked for, helped out on, and then I think he had paper routes and stuff like that. He was hustling ever since he was a kid. And he said on Friday night he'd go down to the corner store and with a sack full of nickels, and he said I'd buy a Coke and a Snickers bar and I'd play pinball for hours. And I was like, that's just how things were back then. You can go and everything like that. Do you think the government have advanced knowledge of? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know anything about that. I don't know him. The youth pastor at our church has a buddy that is DJ'd there, and he goes up there all the time. I take my offspring units there sometime. Nice. It's really cool. Then I probably know the DJ then. Not personally, obviously, on that level, but like I said, they have DJs that perform on Friday or Saturday night. They rotate in. They keep it popping, man. They keep it. They keep it fresh. I mean, they move. We go in there and play Guitar Hero. My wife loves Guitar Hero, so we'll go and play Guitar Hero. And there's no one waiting. We'll just kind of play and play 3 or 4 matches or whatever. And I just stomp. I just curb stomper. Sometimes you have to just assert your dominance, and I just kind of flex on her every so often. That's her game, and I just go in there, never play, slinging the damn guitar around my neck, whatever, throwing my foot up on the thing, kind of doing a little hip thrust with the guitar. It's a fun time. But you go up there and have some beers, have some cocktails, and enjoy yourself. And it's crazy. It's like you go up and you're there. You're like, oh, what? Give me some nachos, or a hot dog or something like that. You're eating trash. But it's like stadium food, right? It's not bad at all. Love it. So I'm trying to, like I said, I was going to take my kid up there. I thought about going to Time Rift because I've never been to Time Rift, and that's the one in Euless. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, and we'll see where the weekend takes us. So I do the happy hour, obviously, is today. The Sunday night special, whatever, the Sunday night stream will be going on because it'll take place after the late game, the 5:30 game for the Bills and Chiefs. Because I always like to recap the games, talk about them. I'll have a couple beers as well. I like the hip thrust. There's TJ right there. That's what I'm talking about. The little, So, so I'll be live right after that game, having another beer. I've been trying to clear the fridge out. This is also there's a reason why I'm drinking this year-old beer, and it's because of the fact I was like, oh, it might have been from last. No, it wasn't from last Halloween. It's the previous one. So like a year and some change. And it's because I've just kind of let these beers accumulate, right? We get beers, we get them over the house, and then we've been doing more of a dry, non-alcoholic on Wednesdays. Been trying to, Alan kind of quit drinking for a while. And I was like, okay, fine. And so these beers have been kind of kicked down the road. Now I have a drawer full of beer, and I've got another 6er in a caddy. And those beers will not be touched until we're actually back up and running and whatnot, because I bought 2 of each of those. So we're going to do we have our clear the fridge beer reviews ready to go whenever he's ready to go. So looking forward to that. And now they'll be over 2 years old by the time we get to them. So it'll be fun. We'll see how they turned out. We'll see how they turned, how they held up. But the other one in the drawer, some of them are 3 or 4 years old. I don't know. I don't know what to think about them, but I'm nervous. I've had some old beers. I've had some old Jello beers. Sometimes they're gross. Sometimes they've held up just fine. If the lining of the interior of the can or the bottles seem to hold up fine, as long as no air gets into them, they're perfectly fine. Taste just fine. Fine and dandy. TJ Burns, thanks for the like. Sorry about your boy, Jason Perez and Eric over there on Instagram. Sorry about that. I flipped away. So I want to make sure I say what's up to you fine fellows. Hope all is well, Jason. Yeah, it's a great concession food stand. The nachos bring me back and eating nachos at our high school games way back. It does. It really does. And, that's one thing I like about when we go to like Stars games or Mavs games, hell, even Cowboy games. We always get the nachos. And don't get me wrong. I've had the tricked up, crazy ass nachos that are huge, but like when I go to a Ranger game, it's just give me the chips and cheese. And yeah, I want the jalapeno. As many jalapenos as you're legally allowed to give me. That's what I want on that damn thing. So, but I can't wait for Rangers pitchers and catchers report next month. Spring training begins next month, and then the Ranger Roundup will kick off again. I haven't done any off-season stuff. Maybe I'll bring something back before regular season, but it's fun. It's a long season. It's a lot of shows. It's a lot of prep work, a lot of baseball, but I do enjoy it. If the Chefs and the Commanders win, the Super Bowl will be forever known as the Commander-in-Chief Bowl. Okay. I mean, I'm here for it. I'll give you I'll give you it's like I'll give you the slow clap. I'll give it to you, buddy. TJ, what are you getting up to this weekend? I might be looking to party. I'm just saying my eyes are all like finally they were bloodshot this morning. They were so freaking dry. I don't know if that wife got on me last night and just squeezed one out over my eye or something like that, but I woke up and I was just like, good God. Wine Mile in the house. What up? How you doing? Dude, you got to go follow Wine Mile, wine_mile on Instagram. The dude's sitting there lifting weights and doing pull-ups and whatever. He's doing a pull-up and drinking wine. He's doing curls and stuff, but with wine. I mean, it's everything. I know my truth. Yeah. Party, where and when? I'm trying to party. I'm trying to party tonight because I got to deal with this. Here's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping my wife gets out of hand at this event so then I could just leave or something like that and be like, hey, when do you guys take her home or bring her home or I don't care, just whatever. And then that way I can just slip off and go to have fun. You know what I'm saying? Sunday kid turns 17. Other than that, the world is my oyster. Ooh, 17-year-old. Look at you, buddy. Nice, real nice. But I guarantee you this, Sunday, I don't think I'm going to sit around the house and watch the games. I don't know. It's going to be rainy, so it doesn't make me want to go out, but I do want to go somewhere and watch the games. I don't know. So I want to do something. And of course, because I work from home on Mondays. Thanks for the shout out. Love your podcast. Highlights of my week. I appreciate that. Even though we're the most low rent, low quality stream on the web, but I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, TJ, what are y'all doing for the 17? Y'all going somewhere, doing something? What are y'all doing? We just Bella turned 13. That's our granddaughter. She turned 13, and all she wanted to do was go back to this. It's like Crab House or something, like Boiler Pot or whatever. It's over in Richardson, and she goes, "I just want to go." And she was like, "Listen, I want to go out, but this is limited engagement, limited guest list. We're not having everyone's friends and everybody like that." She was like, about 6 people is all I want to show up. So that's essentially her parents, her and her brother, and then me and Lizzie. I was like, okay, that's fine. And we get there, we've been there before. And I forgot. I was like, I thought they had a bar here. So me and Lizzie kind of show up early. Like, yeah, let's go have a drink or something like that. It's like a 30-minute wait. It's like, yeah, sure. Roll over. What's up, Ryan? How you doing? And I noticed there's an Outback Steakhouse or whatever across the park, and it's freezing ass cold. Wind's blowing like 30 miles an hour. It's freezing. I was like, fuck it, let's go over there. Let's go get a beer or two. And of course, there ain't no Miller Lite on draft. I'm like, oh my God. It's like the third place we've gone to that either Miller Lite has been swapped out from the draft option or they just don't have it. They're out of it. I'm like, I did not drink this county out of Miller Lite. I mean, I'm pretty sure of it. Friday night stream. Yeah, dude, I was just telling Minix about that. I said, I think I might, if it depends on how tonight goes and what I get into, but I expect to be home at a reasonable hour. And, but we'll see, because if my kid goes with us to this work function and he wants to go to we were talking about the arcade out there in Bedford, maybe we'll roll over there. Then it could lead into a late night or whatever. But yeah, we'll see. Taking her to get her nose pierced and lunch. Nose pierced. You're signing off on that? Oh, have y'all noticed I shaved my beard? Got it all just nice and tight. Got a haircut, trimmed everything down. Oof, it was out of control. It was like 3 weeks in. I was like, I got to do it. I got to get a haircut. So got it and then got home and I immediately just shaved. I mean, because if you were watching, like, I think on Wednesday, it was all just kind of bushy out here on the sides, kind of is a rounded face or whatever. I don't like that. I was like, no. But I trimmed my own beard. So I got little clippers. We had clippers. I bought clippers for when Lizzie was going through cancer. And so we all buzzed our head. I was like, we'll make a, whatever. So we kind of surprised her with it. It was a beautiful moment. I actually live streamed. I don't know why I did, but I live streamed. I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's just show people that, this is okay or whatever. I don't know what I was thinking, but some people were confused, like what the hell's going on? But the people who knew what was whatever, it was fine. Yeah, Alan buzzed. I got buzzed. Her son, he he was sitting there. Lizzie went first, and then she realized that everybody, then like all of a sudden, Alan was next. I went and Jacob grabbed the clippers and just started doing it himself. Like she'll do it. Just we'll get there. But yeah, but yeah, that's why I have them. I was like, and then I buzzed my head a couple more times. I'll tell you what, for someone like me who doesn't like to go anywhere, I don't like to be touched by strangers or anything like that. I was like, this is okay. I was like, I actually liked it, but I got a weird shaped head, man. My head, if I could buzz like Alan does it, right? Alan buzzes his head. He's got that crazy ass beard, but he buzzes his head. It looks good. I was like, I got this point on the top of my head. It looks like I got dropped like 3 times, when I was a kid or something, man. I got a pointy ass head. I'll touch you. Yeah, but you got the green light. That's different. Straight A's 2 years in a row. So reluctantly, I signed off on it. I mean, they put in the work and then they want a little something like that. Yeah. I agree. Yeah. It's Bella went and got her second. She got her ears pierced or whatever. I was like, I thought she already had ears pierced. She's like, oh, she's getting her second hole or something like that. So that's what she got for her 13th. I was like, yeah, cool. But yeah, I've always been more of a, I don't know where, so my dad, he's always on my ass. I had my ears pierced when I was younger. I had one pierced. And then I was like in 6th grade too, which was, it was, whatever. And then I got my other one at like 18. And then a year or two later, like I just stopped wearing it. I was like, no, I'm not wearing these things anymore. I'm just not going to do it. I didn't even wear my other one through like high school. After I got like, I think the junior high, I was like, no, I'm not wearing this anymore. And every so often I'll reopen the hole. Not anymore, obviously, but it's still there. Like very much still there. And so, but my dad was a real hard ass about it. And he was like, you're not wearing that thing around. I was like, I'm going to do it. So whatever you want to do, buddy, and Snowman's in the house. Hey, how you doing, buddy? And, but yeah, like eventually I was just like, like I said, and then eventually I had the 2. And then I was like, after that, that probably lasted a year, maybe a year. And I was like, I'm done. Yeah, I don't want to do it anymore. Lizzie had her nose pierced, probably like 15 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. And then I was like, nah. So she doesn't have one anymore. But yeah, it's just like, hey, screw it. Do it. As long as it's nothing crazy, right? Like a nose pierce and like, all right. But yeah, I don't have, like my dad was in the Navy and he's like the only dude. That's one of the jokes, right? Like he don't have any tattoos, or at least I know of, that I know of. And I've seen him pretty much down to tidy whitey. So I don't know if he's got welcome aboard on his wiener or something like that. I don't know. But he's been telling me for years that he doesn't have no tattoos. And he was telling me, you're not getting tattoos. And I was like, and I really was like, it's not like I was rebellious. I was like, I don't want them. I think I thought about it. It's like, yeah, I'll get one. I almost got one like I don't know, like a decade ago. But all I was going to do was get a little mustache right here on my fingers. So I just like that, but clip that. Jesus. But yeah, I don't know. I never wanted to get tattoos, but I do the same thing with my kids. I'm like, you're not getting tattoos. And like, Tyler's like, oh no, I'm going to get blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, you won't. I bet you won't, but they that generation, that the hell, everybody all tattooed up and whatever, nothing wrong with it. But yeah, I'm just one of those dudes that I don't have any. Lizzie has 1, 2. She has that little butterfly right down. But no, I'm just kidding. No, she has 2. She has one on her wrist and I think one on her back, like a shoulder or something like that. So she has a couple. Her son has both of her sons have multiple tattoos. But yeah, our older kids, Jacob and Junior. But yeah, mine don't. I expect them to do it. I don't know. They just hadn't done it yet. But I feel the same way though. I'm like, no, don't get them. No. And I don't know. It is what it is. But yeah, piercing my ears pierced was about as far as I'd go for anything. I don't think I do. Yeah, I'm pretty much low key, just low maintenance. Don't really care about anything. What's up, Tilly? And don't really do anything. I'm like, I don't know. Crazy. All right. What's up, Tilster? You ready to go? Got a $100 bill tattooed on your, get a $100 bill tattooed on your weenie, watch your money grow, play with your money all the time. And if the lady wants to blow $100, there you go. Whiskey, you were so dumb. What'd you clip?
Oh, when you were like,
you don't know how to clip anything.
Yeah, dude, it shows me on my phone. when you said something about your dad, he's like, you're like, I don't know if my dad has like.
Oh yeah, that I gotta send that to him.
Grow, Dad,
Well, I was watching Down Periscope here recently, and so that's the joke in the movie, right? The guy had he's a submarine captain. He had a brushing, he brushed up against another submarine or something like that, and so hi Leslie, and so he got wasted and then got a tattoo on his wiener. So, well, yeah. Oh God, Jesus, TJ. That's why I was gonna cut this off at 15 minutes. I swear to God, I was. And now here we are. It's 40 effing minutes later talking about arcades, tattoos on your wiener, and everything else. So I'm right at this point. I've enjoyed the conversation just because it does slow me down where I actually get to enjoy the beer. And this beer is a sipper. You don't want to pound this beer with it being, it's borderline imperial at this point, right? It's a triple IPA, a triple hazy IPA. You're rocking 10.5%. Now, again, average score is 3.86 out of 569 ratings. Got about that much left, and I'll give you my rating. I'm glad I took a picture because I have been updating everything on Untapped. So you want to see all the beers I've had this year, minus Miller Lite and White Claws, because I drink those. Everybody else, I drink those. There's no secret. I do not care. Even the brewery buddies that I know, the people that have been on stream or whatever, I don't care. People want to shame other people for what they drink. At least I'm drinking that, not like I'm not drinking something else like blood or something. I don't know what to say other than who cares? What someone wants to drink, that's what they want to drink. So yeah, this one, it'll probably re-release because they did release some new ones this past October. I remember because it's a seasonal beer that'll pop out around September. Late September, you'll find it maybe around October as well. This is a local brewery, so if you're in the area, if you're in the DFW area and you like craft beer and you want to try something, these are all high ABVs. There's no doubt about it. I'm pretty sure they go from like 8.5 up to like 10.5. This is the highest, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if there was another 11. I don't think there was 11% or not, but yeah, their fist bumps were crazy. And I mean, I'm not saying they're pricey. Let me see what else we got here. Man, that's a beer. Hold on real quick. I know this is weird, but I'm just going to do it. Turning Point. Maybe I'm not yeah, it's not even pulling it up. I mean, I found it a minute ago, but now yeah. It's not finding anything. So, it's not even finding what I had before. That's what we're dealing with here. Anyways. But yeah. You know what? I'm going to get out of here. We're almost at 45. Like I said, I'll be back on Sunday to have a couple drinks. I've been trying to mix it knock out multiple. Like if I have beers from multiple breweries, I've been trying to knock them out because I want to get this fridge cleared out. At least the top shelf, middle shelf, half the bottom shelf, some of the door. Have a great night and weekend. Thank you, Max. I appreciate it. TJ, we might be. It's good to see you as well. I'll try to pop in next time I get the alert. I have been mixing it up on Twitch a little bit more. Been trying to get around and say hi to everybody. Being back at work and everything like that. It's just different than it was, 4 years ago. But yeah. I'll give you my final thoughts on this. It's boozy, right? The haziness is pretty good. You can see the color. There's that thing, whatever that is floating around in there. I don't if I can get it to show you. Hold on. Let me see if I can turn it around. It's right there on the son of a bitch keeps moving. Yeah, it's right there. I don't know what that is. So, yeah, hope to be on Rapid Dave tonight, tomorrow, or something like that. But if not, I'll see you on Strikeout Beer. Cheers. Mazel, mazel, good things. Y'all have a great week, a great Friday, a wonderful weekend. And, all right. Let's keep my eye on that thing. I was like, I don't know what that is, man. I don't know what that is. It looks like it just looks like a piece of sediment or something like that. Shrub. Not shrub, but, whatever. This piece that settles in the bottom of the can. Anyway, big thumbs up for me. I'm not doing a 3.86. I'm doing the 4. It's a solid 4. If it's not, you could be even at 4.25. But I do not, listen, I do not rate these beers on Untappd. I check them in. I give a couple, I check a couple boxes as far as, like, say, if it's hazy or if it's citrusy or boozy or something like that, right? I'll hit those. I'll check those boxes, but I do not rate them. I should, because I'm actually quite generous with a lot of these beers. Even the bad ones I've had, I'm still quite generous, but I don't want to. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I stopped doing all of that. Like, I just stopped rating beers. I'll give you the beer. You want to see the beer rating? Watch the damn link. Watch the show. Chime in. But yeah, I'm giving it a 4. If I had another one, I bet you I'd probably push this baby up to 4.25 because it's, the 10.5 is quite convincing. But I'm gonna get out of here. I kind of take a shower. I think probably have another beer, chill on the couch, relax for a minute. Like I said, I just came right off the golf course to come in here to stream, to go live for everybody. Alan says he's a man of the people, but I show up. How about that? You guys and gals have a great Friday night, wonderful Saturday, and I'll see you Sunday right back here on this channel. Thank you so much. Adios.